Hey people, you know we've been lied to, right? Well, I made a list. I call it my top 20. And the following information is based on facts and requires immediate attention. And these are things that you should do a search for. This is my list of top 20 lies. Number 1. Search for the true legal definition of the words person, citizen, corporation, and statute. Also, summons and the word must. They mean completely different things than what you thought they did in our world of law. You can search for the term straw man illusion, legal fiction, your legal fiction, and maritime admiralty law. That's maritime admiralty law. Do a search here on YouTube. You'll find a world of information on that. Number 2, fluoride. Also known as rat poisoning. Go to a hardware store, look on the back of one of them rat poisoning containers. The main ingredient is sodium fluoride. It's also the main ingredient in a very well-known antidepressant known as Prozac. And it was first introduced and given to the Jews during the World War II. And it was put in their water. And it made them very complacent, docile, and just easier to control. Number 3, HAARP. Search the word HAARP, H-A-A-R-P, HAARP. High Frequency Active Auroral Research Project. What they do with this is they modify weather, and among other things. Number 4, chemtrails. Chemtrails contain barium oxide and aluminum oxide. Both are extremely toxic to the human body. Chemtrails are not contrails. They're not condensation trails left by planes. Normal contrails will dissipate within 15 to 30 seconds after the plane has left that area. You don't see it anymore. It should be gone. Well, chemtrails, they stay behind. These are chemical trails that these planes are spraying and leaving behind, and they stay in the sky for hours, sometimes a whole day. They contain poisons. Look it up. They were first noticed in 1997. Number 5, the 13 ruling families, also called the 13 ancient bloodlines that have always ruled this world, and they still do. I believe one of the top ones on that list is the Rothschild family. The Rothschilds, they own like 80% of the world's wealth. This one family is so rich that they can feed, clothe, and shelter every man, woman, and child on the planet, this one family. Look it up. Number 6, the 3 city-states of the world that control the world. The first one would be Washington, D.C. in the United States. And Washington, D.C. is where the military control is. The second is London, England in the UK. And London, England is where the monetary control is, the money system. And the third one is the Vatican City in Rome. And the Vatican City is where spiritual control is. These are the 3 ways that they control the whole world. Through the military, money, and religious and spiritual establishments. These 3 city-states have their own flags, and they're outside of the jurisdiction of the law of the rest of the country. Look it up. Number 7, the Georgia Guidestones. Do a search for that. Google it. Do a search here on YouTube for it. You'll find out a world of information. Number 8, do a search for GMO, which means genetically modified organisms. Search Monsanto and Codex Alimentarius. Do a search. Number 9, AIDS and HIV and the conspiracies, suppressed cures. In fact, there's a U.S. patent number, 5676977. That's 5676977. And supposedly it cures all blood-borne pathogens, such as AIDS. Search it. Number 10, do a search for cancer myths, facts, and cures. There have been several cancer cures. The mainstream media will not talk about this stuff. You're not going to hear it on the news or read it in the paper. There's a good documentary. It's called Run from the Cure. Run from the Cure. And it's about hemp oil and how it's cured people's cancer. As well as The Beautiful Truth is another very good documentary about natural cures to cancer, among other things. Number 11, mercury, otherwise known as thimerosal, when it's in vaccinations. It's poisonous, and it's also found in fluorescent lights. The fluorescent lights and the light bulbs, the little spiral light bulbs they're telling everybody to buy for global warming, right? Those spiral light bulbs that last for 5 years, well, those have mercury vapor inside of them. They're coated with mercury. And so are all fluorescent lights. You know, like the ones in department stores and stuff. They have mercury in them, okay? And mercury is very poisonous to the human body. It's also in dental fillings. When you go and have dental work, you know, dentists know this. They know it. And any doctors that speak out about fluoride or mercury are always going to be persecuted, and they're going to be shut up somehow. So do a search for that. Number 12, the H1N1 hoax, of course. I'm sure many of you know it was made in a lab, and it also contains mercury, thimerosal to be exact. And thimerosal is just a derivative of mercury. So H1N1 is a hoax. Number 13, the IRS, CIA, FBI, FCC, and NASA are and were never part of the United States government. They're not U.S. agencies, despite what you believe or what you've been told. Look it up. Number 14, global warming is not man-made. Duh. I'm sure a lot of you know that already. The main purpose of this scandal is to force a carbon tax onto the public. In fact, all planets in our entire solar system are experiencing this very same effect. They're experiencing major climate change. Number 15, fossil fuel scandal. This deserves some research. Number 16, 9/11 clues and hints in Hollywood films and productions years before it actually occurred. They show you 9/11 hints in Hollywood movies, shows, even on TV, such as The Simpsons. There's proof of this in many major films. Just Google it. Do a search here on YouTube. I'm sure you'll get, all kinds of results. Number 17, the controlled media and the music industry. TV subliminals, mind programming. Google Project Paperclip, MK Ultra, and Project Monarch. Number 18, the significant links between assassinated presidents Abe Lincoln and JFK. Also many other links between certain celebrities surrounding their deaths, such as John Lennon, Marilyn Monroe, Heath Ledger, Martin Luther King Jr., and the late Michael Jackson. Scandal surrounding their deaths. Look it up. Number 19, Osama bin Laden is actually Ted Osman. He was trained by the CIA in the 1970s, and the term or name Al-Qaeda actually translates to the database in English. It means the database. Google it. Do a YouTube search. And last, but certainly not least, number 20, hidden symbolism of corporate media that's all around you, plus hidden codes on the US dollar bills, 13 being a very important number to these people. So, until next time.